Alright, got the Turbo Camaro differential coming apart today. So I went ahead and removed the spool. I inspected the bearings on there. I really didn't see anything too obvious there. I just got the pinion out and got the drive shaft pulled off and the flange out of it. And kind of looked at the pinion bearings quickly and I don't see anything crazy there. I'm like, man, I know this thing is screaming though. And there was some metal in there, but not anything crazy. And it just didn't make sense to me because I'm like, man, this thing was screaming. And especially after that last pass. And it was getting a little louder and a little louder as we were putting more and more power to it. But the last time I drove it over to get the body work done, I'm like, this rear end is screaming. And I knew the last outing I didn't make another pass because of how loud the rear end was. Well, turns out that was a really good call. So, I'll show you what I found. You look at the pinion bearing, everything is fine. You look at the splines, I didn't notice anything too crazy there. I do need to inspect them a little closer to make sure we didn't have any twist. It is possible as I'm looking at those splines that it may have twisted the splines a little bit. But the pinion came out just fine, and the yoke came off of it just fine. But if you look, it's a nice healthy crack right there on that gear. You can actually see daylight through it if we get it just right. So that was about ready to rip off, and it is cracked all the way down. So yeah, another pass and that thing was going to come apart. But if you look even closer, it's cracked again right here on this gear, again right here on this gear, and again here on this gear and here on this gear. So this was just about to be catastrophic. Luckily we stopped where we were at. We knew we had a problem. I could tell. Just trust your instincts there. I knew that rear end was louder than what it's ever been. I knew something was going on. And sure enough, we kind of saved it just in time before that got really bad, because one more pass and this thing would have ripped apart, would have broke the transmission, may or may not have broke the drive shaft. So this would have been catastrophic. So luckily we did take it apart. It absolutely is going to need a new ring and pinion. But I am proud of my setup because we had a really nice track pattern on there on both sides. And it kind of shows you how good that pattern was and how good that engagement was. Is it didn't break the teeth off. It was physically going to rip the gears apart. So that kind of shows you testament of setting those gears in a little deep to making sure you're not just going to rip the teeth off of it. And you see the way this cracks are going. No, it was going to rip some meat out of this pinion and not just knock the teeth off of it. So that's awesome. I'm proud of my setup because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't have all the same tools most guys have that set these up. I just take a lot of time and move my shims around and check them and check them and check them until I get them right. And it's kind of a testament to it. It didn't just knock the teeth off of it. It was gonna rip some serious meat off there before it let that tooth go. So I'm happy with what we found. It sucks, but it's what I expected, and I'm glad we didn't continue to go on it and make it catastrophic, because that would have been a lot more expensive. So at the moment it's looking like new ring and pinion. We'll get a new pinion bearing, honestly both of them. New pinion seal. I'm going to inspect that yoke really well right there. I've got another yoke if that one's got any kind of question about it. And a new pinion nut, new crush sleeve. And we'll go through this rear end, so that's what's going to be coming up. We absolutely found our noise. And yeah, I mean, this ring and pinion's probably got, I honestly don't know, but probably at least 100 passes on it. Maybe less, maybe it's only got 50, somewhere in there. I'd have to really look and think back, but it's been in there for quite a few years. So yeah, we're gonna get this thing repaired. I just wanted to show you guys what I found, and kind of just a real testament to knowing your car and trusting your instincts when you know something just doesn't sound right. You're always best. Put it on the trailer, drive it home, whatever you got to do. Make that pass another day once you have time to inspect the car really well. And that's what we did. I really wanted to go after another pass after that, but I knew that rear end does not sound right, and we got to stop before we do something stupid, and it would have been really stupid to make another pass. So yeah, we got pretty lucky there. I'm happy with it, and I'll get this thing repaired. I just wanted to update you guys on what we're up to. And if you have any questions, just comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and keep it saucy.